So the OE3 program has a big long title. It stands for outdoor, now I can't remember, outdoor environmental, no, outdoor experiential ecological education. But it looks at teaching environmental science in outdoor, experiential, and ecological ways. So really tying together the play-space aspects as well as the science and experiential aspects of learning. We've been doing experiential things, so most of the time we're out in the yard right there.
And a lot of it's about learning through experience. So instead of just sitting in a classroom and then lecturing and then us lecturing the students kind of thing, it's about just going out there, experiencing it, and then reflecting on it.
They pick a need in the community based on kind of what they've discovered in the first term and figure out how they want to tackle it, how they want to contribute. It's the second part. So in the first term, they do an individual action project. Jocelyn did the first half of that class, and she really focused on self-awareness and learning in service. And so I got to pick up from that, which was great, and do the group action project, which then takes that self-awareness but connects it to the group process, which is always interesting. We had everybody sort of bring their ideas to the table, and we basically just made proposals to each other and we took a vote.
It's difficult to find consensus in a group of 26 or 28 people. Everyone has a different opinion.
It came down to a very close vote, at 1-by-1 vote. And as it turned out, we had, on the day of the decision making, we had 12 students for one project and 11 students for the other project. It was a bit crazy.
That was definitely a learning for us along the way, is how you do that. We had so many votes. It was vote after vote after vote, and then in the end, you have to stop voting and you have to make some decisions. So
I think everybody, when they're doing a group action project with a class or with a group, have to decide what's more important, if it's product or process. And for me, it was really about process and not the outcome. So while I wanted the outcome to be something they could be proud of, it didn't matter if they were successful or unsuccessful in the product, because I wanted them to learn through the process of it. And I think sometimes greater learning comes from a failed product.
Our original idea was to try to make a classroom on campus, an outdoor classroom, but we ended up shifting to creating portable outdoor classrooms, which we call the Magic School Bag.
Is it like a take on Magic School Bus?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The Magic School Bus was that, cartoon that you'd watch growing up and learning about all sorts of different things, but it was a bus that took the kids to the area. So it's kind of the same idea, where it's a magic school bag that you can take it out and go learn either in an outdoor setting or about the environment.
So basically we did all the fundraising for the bags, and through the fundraising that our class accomplished, we were able to create these bags at no cost for the university as well as for a couple local organizations.
What this is, it's actually a big, huge hockey bag, and it's full of things so that people who haven't been through this program or aren't familiar with doing outdoor education can easily adapt and do it.
It's not that you necessarily need foam pads, it's not that you need outdoor lesson plans, you can do that just by going outside. But one thing that we wanted to do was make it more approachable for people, especially for teachers and faculties that don't really already utilize the space around us a lot.
It has a fairly social justice-y theme to it, so there's lessons on inclusion, environmental studies, leadership styles, things like that.
We made, I believe, 3 or 4 bags. One is staying with Lakehead, one is going to the EcoBus, which is sort of going in schools around Thunder Bay. One is going, I believe, to the science department at Churchill High School. And there's a potential 4th one, I don't know if it's confirmed, that may go to Roots to Harvest.
So the first things we have is for accessibility. We have some set-up chairs. There's a manual that comes with it. And the manual has everything you need to know about how to use the kit and stuff like that. Chi guidebook with our processing cards, a promotional brochure. just some webbing, mostly for like group exercises. You can do circles of trust, all kinds of spider web activities. And then there's all the seating. So there's lots of seating. And last but not least, our whiteboard tools.
Well, we have lots of indoor classrooms, so that's the good news.
I think we can also connect with that we don't really enjoy being in class as much as we do when we're outside and learning.
So it breaks the mold, and it's kind of like, you know, pardon the pun, breath of fresh air. Like it's, you know, it brings a different life into the classes.
Like people in hospitals, if they have something natural to look at, then they recuperate faster.
It's just it provides a different level of intimacy.
Even the natural sunlight just helps your getting vitamins just being outside.
If kids or anyone has a connection to the place and to the land and to the natural environment, they will inherently begin to start taking care of it.
It'd be a beautiful spring day and everyone just can't focus, they want to go outside. So like work with that, because often like we're so used to being indoors we don't know like the local species even.
As well, you know, something that we look at in the outdoor education community as really interdisciplinary and really can be used in a lot of different ways.
So it's just getting kids active for their like daily physical activity.
Yeah, and I mean there's been tons of research done that shows that forest schools and outdoor learning schools accomplish more or at least the same level of curriculum and learning as indoor schools. So if anything, it doesn't hurt, but in a lot of cases, it's been found to be better. Most of us spend most of our day inside, certainly in the university community with homework and class, but I think even children and adults as well. So really taking that chance to get outside and understand the place where we are.
I guess two things. One is just changing up the learning environment. I think the other thing that's really important, and this really connects to the center of place and sustainability, is making connections to local environments. So if you're learning about forests, why not be in the forest? That just allows the learning to be not closed off by the four walls, but actually in the place that you want to be.
I like this background because it's cool.
It is cool. It is an example of an OE3 group action project.